Yo, what's happening, man? It's your boy Rundown. If you're depressed watching your favorite sports team on the football field, but you just can't stop buying their gear, then congratulations. You might be a Raiders fan. But listen, man, don't trip. I got the perfect thing for you, man. Here at the Rundown, we have partnered with Fanatics to bring the nation some of the freshest Raider gear that you can get your hands on. I'm talking jerseys, I'm talking hats, and you know it's starting to get chilly out here, so it's best to grab you some drip for the frosty season while you're at it as well. So tap the link in the description down below, get you some fresh gear, man. Support the channel at the same time. It's a dub for you, dub for me, even though we're not getting that many dubs on the field at the moment, man. So remember, man, tap the link down below in the description to get you some fresh Raiders gear from Fanatics. Now let's get back to the show. Your boy muted. Yes, sir. What is going on? What is the deal? What is happening with everybody in the building, man? You already know what time it is. It is another Raider Rundown show, man. And you are here just to talk some ball, man. Real talk. I really had nothing major to talk about. Now, there are probably some storylines that will show up via the comments because there's going to be some people in here that say something. But at the end of the day, man, I just want to come on here, talk some ball real quick, talk about the head coaching search as well. We're going to show what Jordan Schultz just reported not too long ago. reports from around the league as well that confirm maybe where the Raiders might be going. At the same time, y'all see what it is. I got my co-host in the back. He's right here. He's trying to chill out with us today. But y'all know, man, make sure you guys hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button. Much love to everybody that is here, man. And let's go ahead. Let's get this thing going, man. And whatever questions y'all got, whatever y'all want to go ahead and talk about today, I'm game, man. Y'all know what it is, man. I'm game. Exactly. As my guy says back there, as my guy's doing right there. Y'all know what it is. So let's go ahead before we get anything started. You know what we do, man. It's a rundown show, so we got to start with the very first segment of the day, which is hit that roll call real quick, man, and give a shout out to the family that's in the chat, man. My boy Edgar in the building. What's going on, big dog? What's happening with you, man? Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate it, man. Our guy Dominique, man, the family always tapping in. What's going on, big dog? Hey Zeus, what's going on? Is Flores still the goal? Probably not as a head coach. Probably that goal and dream is probably dead, man. That probably not as a head coach. Haven't heard anything about Flores. Nah, it's a wrap. But shout out to my guy, man, JX Raider. Kurt Signetti. That's definitely not happening. That is definitely not happening. We can get that out of our minds now. Schultz said today it's basically between Kubiak, Webb, and the Raiders, man. Shout out to Trey B. Big facts, and we're about to show that clip right now, man. See exactly what we're talking about. Herman, what's going on, Herman? Appreciate you for tapping in, big dog. Yeah, that's right. Hey. You show that night boss what's happening. You show that night boss what's happening. Albert Sports SF Raiders competed their Zoom call with Clint Kubiak. Both have mutual interest. It was 30 minutes long. Interesting, man. That's very interesting. Be Easy in the building, man. What's going on, Be Easy? Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Dre for show in the building, man. Of course, Ja, you already know what it is, man. It's much love, man. 805 family, what's going on, man? Troy, what's going on, man? Appreciate everybody for tapping in. As you already know, man, if you're new to the show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button only if you're feeling what you're hearing, man, and you want to get involved in the good football talk. You know what it is. We ain't got to always agree on everything, but as long as the conversation is good and flowing. So y'all know what it is. Let's go ahead. Let's start off with the most important news, which is the Raiders head coaching search, right? I mean, we coming out here, we just talking ball. We might as well share the report that everybody's talking about from Jordan Schultz, right? And this right here was, 10:50, so about an hour and some change, 2 hours ago. This is from Jordan Schultz, and he's basically detailing the Raiders head coaching search. Let's take a listen.
The Raiders are believed to be focusing on an offensive-minded head coach to pair with the likely number one overall pick in Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza, alongside weapons like Brock Bowers and Ashton Jeanty. I've heard a lot of Clint Kubiak and Davis Webb mentioned here. Jesse Minter, a defensive-minded coach, has come up as well. But within league circles, the belief is that this will ultimately be an offensive hire. The question is simply, who will that be? Now, John Spytek and Tom Brady will make that decision collectively. It's probably worth mentioning that Brady has been calling a number of Seahawks games of late and has another one Sunday in the NFC Championship game. Why is that important? Because Brady's had a firsthand look at Clint Kubiak's offense. And he's been putting on a master class on how to run an offense predicated on explosiveness, balance, and brilliance.
Yes, sir. So that is Jordan Schultz detailing the Raiders head coaching search, man. So realistically, what it sounds like to me, and basically what, if you've been following along here on the show, I don't want to say, I don't call what I do fucking reporting. I mean, we're not gonna say that because then it gets it corny. But let's just say if we following the tea leaves and we hearing through the grapevine about what we're doing, and if you've just been following along with the show, then I've been detailing it's gonna be offensive. They are going offensive. There's a couple guys maybe defensive they might look at, and we'll talk about those guys, but more along the lines, bro, like they're looking at an offensive guy. They see what goes on around the league with certain teams like Detroit, with the Eagles, where when you don't have a steady offensive presence, the offense could fluctuate. depending on the offensive coordinator. Does he vibe with the quarterback? Whatever the case, bro. We've seen it around the league multiple times. But when you have the play caller as your head man, you know, that fluctuation comes far and maybe few in between, right? So excuse me. But so that's exactly where their heads are at, where they're detailing this thing. Now my number one guy from the get-go, Ben Clint. It's Ben Clint. But I want to hear from y'all. Y'all detailing me. Y'all detail it to me, man. Who do y'all want? Who would you be more excited for, man? You want Davis Webb or you want Clint Kubiak, man? Where you at? Because the way it's going, this is where it's detailing. So y'all let me know down below, man. How y'all feeling? Where do y'all feel that this search is going towards, man? Or who you think is leaning towards? Matter of fact. Let's see what you're talking about in the chat, man. Oh shit, we got Freddie in the building. What's going on, Freddie? My guy Herman. Would Webb and Fernando bring us wins? You know, this is an interesting question. I don't know if I'm like, if you're picking Davis Webb over Clint Kubiak, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna question that. I'm gonna question that. Now, you know, I understand the relationship with the quarterback aspect and shit with Davis Webb. Like, I get that. But then where's the play caller aspect? Like, is he calling plays? Because that if he's not calling plays, then what are we doing? Now, I heard, you know, of course, we got to bring it up too. Hopefully, I like these damn. Sometimes I be seeing these tweets, and I don't like them. So hopefully I like this. But I did hear, you know, and seen something where if Davis Webb, and I think it might have been Ian Rappaport who put this out, but if Davis Webb were to get the head coaching job, Jeremy Fowler, here we go. Boom. Let's detail it right here before we continue on. So this can help you guys if in your search, I would guess. If you say, like, who do we want as a head coach? You look here, Jeremy Fowler, right? He details here. If the Broncos assistant Davis Webb gets a head coaching job, he's in on Baltimore and Vegas, okay, possibly Buffalo. One name floated in the league circles as a possible OC pairing is Cliff Kingsbury, his QB coach at Texas Tech. See, this is the thing. Although I like that, right? Although like, as far as Cliff being an OC, is Cliff as a head coach? Hell no. As an OC, we might be able to get down. But at the same time, I look at it like this. I don't like a coach that's not calling the plays, bro. Like, what is he doing? Is he just only looking at the quarterback? Is he gonna learn to call plays in the future? Is that the goal here? Or is he just gonna be like a team manager type of thing? You know, like that's my whole problem and dilemma with the Davis Webb shit. There's so many unknowns where it's like, I know, yes, we all know he works with the quarterback. That's fine. But that's not the whole entire job detail. We have to be able to manage the entire team and do all that. And at the same time, have to be able to do something. I mean, shit, if we're just going to be managing the team, fine. But like, if his only calling card is just working with a quarterback, then like, what are we going to do to innovate the team? What are we going to do to innovate the offense? Like, I think we got to do something other than that. And that's got to be another type of calling card other than that. But I don't mind keeping Cliff. I mean, my standpoint would still stand. He still feels slimy to me. We probably be out of a fucking OC in 2 years. But it is what it is. Y'all give me 1 second. My co-host is tripping out. But we still on the mid. What's up, bro? Huh? What's up? You trying to come over here? Come on. Yeah, come see. Okay. Now, you know, talking about this, I mean, it's cool. I'm not knocking him for creativity. It is what it is. You know, for me, I've been preaching like, yeah, let's go young. Let's try to get a young dude and all this extra shit. Now, this is like far in the market, and some people will try to connect this to like a Sean McVay type of hiring. I don't see it as the same thing at all. Sean McVay was calling plays for Washington when he was then hired as the youngest ever head coach at the time. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he was calling plays over there in Washington, and he had play calling experience, which Davis Webb has neither. He has neither. So we're still reliant upon another individual coming in here and doing something. Which, if we were to go to Clint Kubiak route, we're not really reliant upon some other coordinator like OC coming in here and working with Fernando. This is the guy. We know the head coach chose him, right? So here we go. There we go like that. Now, both of these choices indicate to me you already know where the number one pick is going. So really ain't no debate to even talk about it. But I just think Kubiak's the way to go, bro. You seen his play calling experience. He's been around the league. He knows, he's basically league royalty, if you want to put it like that, because his family's been in the league for many years and helped cultivate the new modern offense. So for me, like, I just think Kubiak is the easier choice. Now, if you were to tell me Kubiak and Davis Webb is the OC so he can get some experience, for sure, we can do that. Right? Give me Kubiak. Give me Davis Webb as the OC. You feel what I'm saying? And give Webb some experience, like under some play calling shit. Let him have the OC title next to his name. Win-win. Help for everybody. You feel what I'm saying? There we go. And then you can have on your title. Oh, I'm the OC here. I helped the number one pick at Las Vegas turn into X, Y, and Z. And now you can go off into the sunset and get you a nice little cushy head coaching job. It's a win for everybody. It's a win for everybody, man. But let me see what y'all talking about, man. I see some of the family in the chat. Man, my guy, man, Kazaku Fit, man. What up, Rundown? What do y'all think about these Lamar Jackson rumors? I'm gonna be real, bro. At first, if you were talking to me maybe like 2 months ago, I'd probably be like, yeah, you know what I mean, because it was still shaky and we didn't know what the hell we were gonna do in the draft. Today, no. Fuck no. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. And this is not sitting here like, oh man, Fernando Mendoza is so much better than Lamar Jackson, because saying that is asinine. No, it's not about that. It's still about the team building factor. How people can be scared to take Fernando first overall, but still want to sink a large sum of cash into Lamar Jackson confuses me. It confuses me, bro. Like, we still have to pay Lamar and give him that amount of money. And y'all let me know, is this team close to winning? Fuck no. Care what you slice on this shit, bro. This team ain't close. It's not close. Even if you get Lamar, the team's closer, but it's not close to get into the ultimate goal, because the ultimate goal with Lamar Jackson is a Super Bowl. I don't think nobody is saying right now that if you get Fernando Mendoza, that we finna go to the Super Bowl this next season. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. But if you get Lamar Jackson, those are the expectations, because he's so great of a talent and quarterback. So, like, for me, it's like, we're not ready for them expectations. Again, like, people just discredit this, bro. We have players that have yet to sniff what playoff feels like. Yet to sniff it. Maybe Max, he felt, maybe Max, Colton, a little bit. Daniel Carlson, right? That's it. And them shits really wasn't even playoff games. Most of the shit we look at is like that one game, the play-in game with the Chargers. And it's like, oh, that's the experience. That shit wasn't even a real playoff game. Feel me? So it's like, we still got calluses to build. We still got shit to maneuver through, bro. I'm fine with doing that with a rookie quarterback, saving bread right now. I'm not trying to spend that type of bread. And I'm not implying that's what you want to do. But at the end of the day, like, just for me, like, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that. Josh says, Kubiak having 30-minute talks with Brady. Wonder what was said in that Zoom call, because rumors about Lamar Jackson came out. Then the Joe Burrow stuff. He said he wants his own QB. Didn't say a name. Bro, well, we know who it is. Man, bro, I'm not trying to be saddled. This the whole thing. This the whole reason why you take the Raiders' job, right? You take the Raiders' job because you don't want to be saddled with somebody else's quarterback you ain't picked. Shit, that's the pleasure of having this number one overall pick. A coach gets to go into interviews and say, hey, bro, y'all have a chance to select this Mendoza dude, or whoever the hell it would be. But this year's Mendoza. You have a chance to select Mendoza. I really love Mendoza. I think he can really fit in this offense. At that point, you do it. That's what you do. Rosetown in the building, man. What's going on, Rosetown? My boy Fitz says, Clint, I'm with you, bro. Webb is intriguing, but risky. Super risky. Super risky. It's not even a question. It's not even a question. It's super risky. But, You take the gamble, you see what happens. But at the end of the day, I don't think this is the move to do it right now, bro. I don't think this is the move. Hey, bro, can you relax? Can you relax? Appreciate it. Thank you. My boy says Mike LaFleur or Clint Kubiak. I don't think LaFleur is in the running anymore, bro. I don't. I know some people like LaFleur. I know that's a guy that people, been feeling, but I don't think he's in the running anymore. I really think it's probably between these two dudes. Webb doesn't have a big resume at all. At all. I think he's only been with the Broncos and some other. It's not a big resume at all. So again, I'm like very, very skeptical if they were to do this right now, bro. Like, I like it, but probably not the move we should go. Probably not the move we should go. Let's see what else y'all talking about real quick. Kubiak and Lamar could be a match. I feel like if you get Davis Webb and Cliff Kingsbury, that's more of a match. Again, people, look at these coaches' quarterback history, right? Kubiak has never in his lifetime worked with a quarterback of Lamar Jackson's skill. No, he has not. All his quarterbacks are of the same mold. He worked with Derek Carr last year. He's working with Sam Darnold this year. He's with the 49ers before he was with Derek Carr and the Saints. What mobile quarterback did the 49ers have? Zero. So he's not working with that, bro. That's not what he likes. It just don't seem that's what he likes. He likes them traditional style. So it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Now, if you got me Cliff Kingsbury, that's more of a Cliff Kingsbury is more of a he could work with Lamar Jackson type of coach. You know what I mean? He worked with Johnny Manziel. You know, he's worked with many other Heisman candidates, Jaden Daniels, and running quarterbacks that his system works with that. His system works with that. Dominique says, I'm all for Webb. You know, this is a big swing, but I'm not mad at the big swing. My boy JX says we might get Kubiak a head coach, Webb at OC. I'm not sure at DC. This is what I'm saying, bro. I'm not mad at that pairing at all. Not mad at that pairing at all. I think we can do something with that. Any hire is risky. Let's keep it 100. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. That's no question. Shit, there's even people I talk to that don't like Clint Kubiak. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, you know, I don't know what else he can show. I don't know what else he can do. You feel me? Like, I think most of the shit we be saying, especially this offseason, to be honest with y'all, bro, with fans, most of the stuff that fans are saying, it's like they don't like shit based off the vibes. Like, oh, the vibe is not right. I gotta feel it in my body. Like, bro, fuck all that, bro. Don't give a fuck. I don't care. I win. I need motherfuckers who is going to win. I don't give a fuck how quirky, kooky, or whatever it look. Win. Now, if it's some actual weird shit, yeah, we'll talk about it. And we'll be like, yeah, all right, there's some actual weird shit. We can't do that, right? But most of the shit where I'm like, you know, like when it comes to Mendoza, like it's like, oh man, I don't like him, man. He don't feel like a number one pick. Oh, why is that? He just ain't got the vibes to him. Like, bro, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? That shit don't mean nothing to me, bro. Like, I need like actual substance. Now, there are certain. This is not saying that this man Mendoza or Clint Kubiak has no faults. They do have faults, right? There are certain things, and we'll get into those, where you look and you're like, all right, bro, you obviously got to correct these things, right? But again, bro, like a lot of the criticism that I'm hearing this year, and this is why sometimes it'd be like, oh, Rundown, he's going so hard on this topic. It's like, nah, bro, like certain shit is y'all just be going off bullshit and vibes. Like, and it's like, I'm not gonna do that this year. Not bullshitting vibes. And I'm not saying you're doing that, Dominique. I'm not saying you're doing that. But, you know, the real quick soapbox talk. My boy Greg in the building, man. I can see Vance Joseph as a head coach, Clint Kubiak or Davis Webb as OC, keeping Patrick Graham as DC. See, that is a possibility now. Patrick, it's been all quiet on the Patrick Graham front, ain't it? Especially some of the interviews he done had, bro. All right, big dog, you trying to take this, man? Hold up. Especially on the interview fronts that he's had, right? Patrick Graham had like 2-3 interviews, and we heard nothing. So it could be very possible that Patrick Graham could return. Now, look here. If Patrick Graham returns, it is not the worst thing in the world. I don't want like I've talked some shit about Patrick Graham's scheme for sure. I've talked some things, but still to keep those players in that scheme with the same DC, the benefits, right? It's the benefits to have the same DC, and then Patrick Graham don't have the Pete Carroll restraints, right? It ain't no Pete Carroll restraints, so Patrick can really run what he wants to run type shit. So I wouldn't be mad at PG coming back. I mean, shit. Again, I said it. PG be harder to kill than a roach in a nuke. But at the end of the day, fuck it. I'm not mad at the continuity. I don't think he's complete garbage. I don't think PG is complete garbage. I'll say it like that. He's good enough for us to keep and have a creative mind at offense. That's what I think. If we have a real creative mind at offense, having a PG at DC is not a bad thing, in my opinion. It wouldn't be a super bad thing. Let me see, man. Josh says, Dominic, yes, I do. He only got 2 things on his resume. Let's talk about what does he have? Sean McVay has 7 things. Yeah, that's what, bro. Look, it's not even comparable at that point. I get it. People want to say because Davis Webb is 30, like we can compare it to the McVay thing. It's not comparable. Sean McVay was like calling plays. He was doing those things. So we can't say it like that. That's different. He was doing different shit. Right now, we only know Webb for his quarterback whispering. Now, look, if Jarrett Stidham come out this motherfucker and light the Patriots up 300 plus, 3 TDs, well, obviously he has something to do with that, and he just got to be a guru at what he's doing, and then we got to take a hard look, right? But as of right now, I'm leaning the Kubiak way. Even what shit, but then you think about what Kubiak did last week, right? You can say, "Oh man, the Niners are beat up" or whatever, bro, but he been whooping the Niners ass all year, right? And I mean on the run game side of it, just whooping the Niners ass. So for me, I gotta lean that way, bro. You already drafted a running back 6th overall. You're trying to get a quarterback this year. This way you help both things actually accomplish some shit. All right, like Genty can actually accomplish something in this run scheme that Kubiak has, right? And in turn, if Genty accomplishes what we think he can accomplish, being the 6th overall pick in that scheme, that in turn helps your rookie quarterback. So there you go, hand in hand. So what that doesn't mean Kubiak will be a better head coach. No, I mean there's no guarantee that one will be a better head coach than the other. But the only thing is, like, you would say you would be more comfortable in who would be able to have the success. That's just where I'm at. That's me personally. Now I don't know about John and all the extra, but that's where I'm at. Right. You know what I'm saying? Who you want? Which one? You don't know. See, you can't get shy on the camera now, bro. Like you were just saying something. You can't get shy. See, we're gonna work on that. No trick. We're gonna have our own segment soon. But my boy, man, Deb in the building. Kubiak got some red flags, also run down that offense in New Orleans fizzled out. Plus, Ted Nguyen talked about the Seahawks offense is heavily influenced by Mike McDonald. This is the thing that I think, though. Remember that New Orleans offense started to get hurt towards that middle of the year. Started to get hurt towards the middle of the year, and at the same time, bro, that offense, that shit was ran by Dennis Allen. And I ain't got no faith in that, bro. That whole goddamn operation was ran by Dennis Allen. I ain't got no faith in what's going on over there. Dennis Allen and Derek Carr as the generals is bound to fail. People start getting hurt. Derek got hurt. Olave got hurt. Kamara didn't play. I looked at that, I looked at that and I said, all right, bro, let's see how he comes over here and does that. Now, I get what Ted Nguyen is saying about heavily influenced by Mike McDonald. But at the end of the day, bro, like, I think his offense is his offense. He was running that same type of shit with Derek Carr. You know what I mean? And I think more along the lines, what I think Ted Nguyen is saying when he says influence is that it's a lot of that run heavy shit. I think Clint, if given the reins to, would open that shit up a little bit more. But one, he has Sam Darnold. And two, maybe Mike McDonald ain't that type of coach that want to do that because Mike McDonald is a defensive guy. Right? Mike McDonald's going to say, fuck that. My defense is good enough. I don't want you throwing that thing around the yard. My defense can stop him. So I would think that's going on, but the New Orleans thing doesn't really concern me that much. Don't concern me that much. I still saw some success. Seahawks player said Clint Kubiak has the same style as Kyle Shanahan and Garrett Kubiak, which I want. He also was under Kevin O'Connell. Oh, see, look, hey, being under those two coaches, I like. Being under Sean McVay, being under Kevin O'Connell, that's good tutelage. But again, I'm open to see other guys in the argument for the other guys. We don't just want to just glorify the one. Mendoza played like shit last game besides the rushing TD. A lot of those balls would be picked in the NFL that we saw the other night. Like which ones? Which ones? Now, if you're I'm going to be real, bro, because I keep having this argument, and I'm probably going to have this argument tonight because the Raider Connection want me to come on with LV, my guy, Cheeto, Jay, and Jeff. They want me to come on tonight, man. Be real, bro. If you're talking about like any back shoulder throw, not finna sit there and entertain that a back shoulder throw is getting picked. How many corners do you see picking back shoulder throws? I just want to know if it is about that, right? Because if we're just like, oh man, it was that's gonna be picked. Like, oh, that back shoulder is gonna be picked. Now I'm not gonna say he's gonna do that all the time, but at the end of the day, like, how many corners do you see right now, even in the NFL, picking a back shoulder? None of them are doing that. At the very least, it's an incompletion. You feel what I'm saying? And if you get a guy that's good with back shoulder balls, I don't understand how you couldn't do that in the NFL. Right now, there's maybe some other things, right? Maybe some other things that maybe some other throws you saw that you can enlighten us. Some other throws you can enlighten us, maybe you saw, right? That maybe you think, okay, nah, it was a post or some other shit down there, but really I didn't see too many errant ass throws. Not too many. My boy Beezy, man, what's going on? You say you lucky you didn't have 3 picks the other night. Debatable. We'd have to probably go through the film. What about Vikings? He took Sam Darnold to the playoffs. I don't know. I don't know if he was there last year. My boy Edgar, man, in the building, man, what's going on, man? FB, what's happening? He says, I just think it's worth it at this point. We need a homegrown QB, a QB regroom and grow with Genty and Brock. That's how I feel at this point. Man. Man, what's going on? That's really what I feel. Let me see, man. Oxnard, what's going on? What's going on with your big dog? What's happening? Johnny Castillo in the building. Why don't you think anyone wants to coach the Raiders? The coaching list is getting smaller. Be honest with you, Johnny. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're right where we need to be. Really look at the list though of people who've been hired. Like, did you want Robert Saleh? No, right? We didn't want Robert Saleh. That's fine with me. I mean, maybe some people wanted John Harbaugh, but like I was cool off John Harbaugh. I didn't really want him, right? Didn't feel like that was the right time for us to get a coach like that. So okay, like those two, no. Are you mad that we didn't get Jeff Hafley? Not really. Like, I'm not really like that pissed we didn't get Jeff Hafley. Like, okay, who else? Who else got hired? I can't even think. I don't know who else got hired, but like of the hires, bro, like I don't think any of them were really that mad we didn't get, right? It's not like last year where we were like, fuck, we didn't get Ben Johnson. You know what I mean? Like, I just think we're cool this year. I think we're taking our time. We got our list. I'm not saying Kubiak is not a great head coach. I'm just saying any hire is risky and nothing is guaranteed, which is 100% correct. I don't know. People act like I don't know why people act like Fernando Mendoza is a bum when dude is coming in and might sit a year. Who cares what he does to learn the new coach's system? Thank you, Greg. I can have this conversation. You know what, Greg? You just sparked the conversation. I didn't even want to bring it up, but I'll bring it up. I don't give a damn. I said this last night to the TRS group, man, and I'm all dead ass serious about it. But I want to see how like the nation would feel, right? Y'all let me know how y'all should feel, and I'm gonna gauge it right now. We gonna gauge it. Let me see. Yeah. Y'all give me y'all answer on this. right? Get real quick. I'm gonna set my co-host up with something real quick, and then yeah. I'm gonna set my co-host, but y'all give me y'all answer with this real quick. Look at this right here. Should Mendoza sit year one? Should he sit year one? Would you be pissed that he's sitting year one? Y'all discuss. Y'all let me know, right? I ain't gonna be nothing but 5-10 seconds, and I'll be right back, man. All right. We back to it, right? We back to it. Let's see what we got. Because this is a conversation I've been entertaining for a minute. And I'm mad at it. I don't give a fuck. I really wouldn't care, bro, if he sat year one. Now, I'll make my argument after I hear what y'all talking about. Let me hear what y'all talking about. Real quick, I see some new people in the building. Jason Matthews, we're waiting on Kubiak. Shout out, man. Appreciate you in the building, man. I agree. Federal, no one wants Vance Joseph as head coach. Fuck no, bro. Hell nah. Hey, it was sad to say it at first, man, but y'all know what it is, bro. Y'all know exactly what it is. The double R, right? When we talk, and I ain't talking about Rolls Royce. When we talking about a Vance Joseph interview, big dog. So you already know what time it is. Laker Nation. They said they didn't want Sanders because he was a thug. Now you don't want Mendoza because he's too nerdy. Raider fans don't know what the hell they want. Yeah, I'm done listening. I'm done, bro. You already knew what it was, bro. We should have been done listening like ages ago. You feel what I'm saying? When they was talking about they didn't want Caleb Williams because he painted his fucking nails. Fuck are we talking about? Like we're too good for a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it is what it is. Now, some people will say, I don't think he's number one worthy. We're going to go down the list right now soon on the number one overall picks and list them, right? List them. So let's see. Who does not have faults? Even the earth we live on have faults. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Raider Rich PD can go. And there's worse. There's worse than PG. I don't think, bro. You remember fucking what's Buddy name? Y'all help me out. Paul Gunther. You remember Paul Gunther? There's worse. Let's not get too fucking happy-go-lucky now. We are whatever. There's some shit that irritates us about PG for sure. Not gonna sit here and say PG is perfect, but I remember the Paul Gunther days, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and just be like throw that shit away, like just because there can be definitely worse. Hell no. Let me see, man. Here go this John Doe. I'm not, bro, you got a 49ers jersey. You worry about getting that goddamn power plant away from your players before you come up here talking in this goddamn comment section. Deal with that first, all right? How about you power your goddamn power your ass on up out of here? G Ward, they did the same thing they did last year. Coaches, they waited to end and surprise. They end up with the DC from Carolina Panthers. Just watch. That's the Raider way. Don't play the mad coach thing. Hey, so if we get Clint, G Ward, are you gonna come in here changing your tune, or are you gonna be still mad? I want to know. Let me know. JX on the crazy shit. Call Gruden or Del Rio if Kubiak falls through. Hell no, Jay. You know we can't do that, bro. You know we can't do that. There's only one other name I will want if Kubiak don't come through, bro, and that's goddamn it's Jesse Minter. But we're about to talk right now because there's some. There would have been another one, but he seems to have gone to our division rival, and we'll talk in a little bit. But real quick, let me see what y'all talking about with this, man. Let me see what y'all talking about. My boy, Severe in the building. I could care less if the Jets sit Mendoza year one. Boy, hey, 805, you're going to be the main one wearing the jersey, bro. I can see you right now. That shit going to be hilarious. You'll be the main one. My boy, man. Raider Gabe in the building. I'll be pissed if he sat year one because I feel he can make an impact with the right coach and a better O-line. Okay. Rosetown. I will have Mendoza sit just like Mahomes did and learn the scheme. Yeah. Okay. Let me see what AZ talking about. If he competes and wins, I have no problem starting him, but as long as we address our O-line. Okay. All right. Silver and facts. If he sits, it has to be because we brought on another QB that's worthy of him learning from, and he got beat out in camp. Yes, that does make sense. My boy, Cedar God, I believe that's how you say it. No need to sit year one. We have over 100 million cap space. Burrow didn't sit. Caleb, Bo, May, Daniels didn't sit year one. So it's a no for me. Okay. All right. No, I understand. Mendoza's ready to start if we pick a solid head coach and no C. I agree with that, though. Can Mendoza run offensive behind center and stay in pocket, though, ball from pocket, and should sit and learn? Okay. Raiders need to fix the O-line and free agency and sign a real threat wide receiver one. And there's a wide receiver that everybody keep talking about. Real quick tangent, bro. I know a lot of people keep talking about this goddamn Alec Pierce. I seen some people talking about giving him a blank check. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about with that one. Hey, bro, some people need to slow the roll, all right? Some people are like, oh, man, give Alec Pierce a blank check and give him whatever he wants to come to Vegas. Let's chill out a little bit, buddy, okay? I don't know about that shit. Giving Alec Pierce a blank check, whatever he wants, like he's fucking Julio Jones, is asinine. I don't know about that. I do not know about that. To me personally, since we have such premium draft capital, I would much rather draft a receiver like Denzel Boston from Washington rather than getting the guy and paying like fucking 50 mil to Alec Pierce. Like, I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. I don't know what some people was putting in their pipes, but I'm not smoking it. I'm not smoking it. Joe Luna, he shouldn't sit the whole year. First, make sure to fix the O-line. Have AOC start the first half of the season. Then bring in Mendoza the second half. Stay there for good. Look here now. Okay. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to just say it right now, bro. I'm not mad. I would not be mad if he did not start the beginning of the season on purpose. I wouldn't be mad at it, bro. I wouldn't be mad if they said, hey, man, AOC, get up in there. Play in front of him for at least maybe the first half of the season, maybe up into the bye week. Right. And then, if AOC is complete dog shit, then all right, we'll throw him in there. But if AOC's playing decent, we got like a fucking whatever, 500 record, like, sure, keep AOC in there. Right. Because this is the thing. No, again, I don't think any of us in here, if you are, shame on you, but I don't think any of us in here are hoping that Mendoza takes us to the fucking Super Bowl next year. Zero people should be thinking that. We're not doing that. Even the fucking playoffs shouldn't be in your mind. Get that shit out your minds, bro. We're not there, right? So don't even do that. We talking sub 500 record is what we would like to have starting this bitch off. All right, and then we can start building to that. But other than that, okay, let's see what AOC has. All right, we know we're not making big noise this year, right? Correct. I wouldn't be mad at AOC starting it there, getting us some cool little draft capital, right? Letting Mendoza come in a couple games at the end of the year, getting his feet wet, right? Because with that premium draft capital, we know that next year's draft class is insane, not only with all these quarterbacks that everybody hyping up, but with the other talent as well. Jeremiah Smiths, the Dylan Stewarts of the world. Right. So like of that shit right there, bro, like I wouldn't be mad at it. And at the same time, hey, some of y'all, you still got that love for AOC down there in your hearts. You love it. You love them. You just can't get it. Just can't get that mustache and chubby face out your minds. You just can't do it. So it's okay. We'll let him play. Well, can you imagine your boy AOC in the Kubiak system? Ooh, some of y'all just started sweating, didn't you? Oh, some of y'all just started sweating. AOC in the Kubiak system, we let him play up in there 1 year, man. Get your boy AOC paid to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Let him get his money. He gets his money somewhere else, and then we bring in Mendoza when he's ready to go. And guess what? We draft somebody with that premium capital, so the team is even more built for Mendoza when he comes in that year too. I don't know how it sound. Y'all let me know. Would you be pissed? Would you be mad? I don't know. Well, let me know. My boy DJ, $5 holler, man. What's going on with you, big dog? Appreciate you for tapping in. And if y'all see where's the flag in here, let me know if where's the flag in here. But let me see, man. He says, rundown. What does Chat GPT say about who the Raiders should hire? You know, it's crazy, bro. We went through it. It was Kubiak. But we'll go through it again, bro. We can do it on screen. The chat GPT shit is so funny to me, bro. Like sometimes it gives you dumb shit, you know, sometimes it gives you some cool shit. But you know, we'll see what chat GPT has to say, right? We'll ask the chat. Let me see, man. You just hit on the head. Tons of teams will grab QBs. If we have ours, there will be a wealth of talent to draft next year. Look at that, man. Ooh. Can you now look? It's far-fetched because we know that I would love me some Jeremiah Smith with Fernando Mendoza. Of course, you try to give your boy the best weaponry possible. But at the same time, like we know what happened with Jeremiah Smith cousin with us this year. So I don't know what the fuck how that gonna go down. But let's ask the chat. Man. We about to sign in right now, see what the chat talking about. But the last time we asked it, I know it gave us Clint. And that was early in the process. So we're gonna ask it now. All right. And I'm gonna go new chat at the same time. Let's just go new chat. I ain't even asked nothing. All right. I ain't asked the goddamn thing. All right, let's share the screen. Let's share the screen while we're doing it too. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. I love these type of shows, man. Sometimes we just ain't got shit planned. We just want to do things. Just feel like doing shit. All right, man. Let's add. Hey, chat. Who do you think? Oh my God, I'm over here. The Las Vegas Raiders should hire as their next head coach. All right. Let's see, man. Let's see what we got. Let's see what it gives us. Searching the web. All right, my take on who they should hire. Okay, let's read. Based on how the team is positioned. The team fired Clint Kubiak. I don't know. Can y'all read this? Y'all probably can't read this shit at all, huh? It's probably hella small. So let's go bigger. Boom. Okay, so hold on. Y'all give me 1 second. Hold on. I hear my co-host saying something. But y'all give me 1 second. Boy, so goddamn dramatic, boy. Oh my God. All right. Anyway, so here we go. Let's read what the chat gave us. Here's their take. Key context. Okay, we fired Pete Carroll, 3-14, whatever. Actively interviewing guys, especially if they like to draft Fernando. All right, search includes whatever. Top candidates. They gave us Clint Kubiak, okay, as one. Brian Flores as the second. Interesting. Davis Webb. Okay, so the chat's not on bullshit right now, so it's all right. Joe Brady, which is somebody we have interviewed. So these are the top candidates they gave us, right? Clint, Brian Flores, Davis Webb, Joe Brady. Kevin Stefanski, it is what it is. He's out here, right? Less likely. Mike McDaniel was on the less likely. Okay. As you can see, although talented offensively, he appears to take the Chargers OC job. Long established retread coaches, options like Mike McCarthy or similar veterans have experience, but might not be the modern fit for the young QB era. Not mad at that, right? So what it gives us here, boom, recommendations in order: Clint Kubiak, Brian Flores, or Davis Webb. That is the three. And in chat says, if you ask me who they should hire, says I go with Clint Kubiak as a balanced blend of offensive creativity and practical leadership, especially if they're committed to building around a rookie QB like Fernando Mendoza. Shout out to chat, baby. Shout out to chat. It knows what it's talking about. Our chat, what that shit give you, Romeo Cornell? that shit gave you some credit for foul shit. I'm telling you, boy, that shit probably said Tom Flores, huh? Sometimes chat be tripping. The chat be tripping sometimes, man. Man, no, in the building, man. Shouts to the nation. Let's get those likes up for our guy Rundown, man. Appreciate it, man. And I know I'm probably saying your name wrong, but I don't know. I just thought it was cool to say. But if I am saying your name wrong, let me know so I can fuck around and say it different. Chat GPT smarter than some of the Raider Nation. There's a conversation to be had about our fan base, but it's not that. It's not today. So there is a conversation to be had. But remember, fans said Ben Johnson ain't a leader. Remember how that turned out? That is true. That is true. I was one of them that was on it. You know, I didn't really like some of that little arrogant shit he was doing when he first got hired. But hey, when you can walk the walk, it is what it is. Fuck it. Jesse Minter, because he has an established defense. There's some people, believe you not, DJ, that are not all in on Jesse Minter like that. They think he can, he benefits from being under the Harbaugh regime, and that's really under all he's ever been under, right? Harbaugh's. So then you look and it's like the Harbaugh's, one thing they do know how to do is build a culture, right? So being under there, you really don't have to establish and build your own type of culture. Can he do it? Maybe. But that is a conversation to be had when we're talking about Jesse Minter. Now, sitting him Mendoza year one, I understand everybody's point when you talk about sitting him. I mean, it's the number one overall pick. Who the fuck wants to sit the number one overall pick? Nobody wants to do it, right? But if they did, and if this is the thing I'm going to tell y'all. If Brady is a man of his word, Mendoza's about to sit year one. As pissed as it might make some people, if Brady is a man of his word, Buddy's about to sit. If I don't know how they'll do it. Maybe they trade for Mac Jones and you let your boy sit there and learn or whatever the fuck. AOC's the guy, whatever they want to do. But at the end of the day, bro, like if Brady's true to what he's saying, he's gonna have him sit, and we'll see. But if not, and if he's just that above and beyond the guy, then yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it ain't been disclosed, but I think this is gonna happen, bro. I think it's gonna happen. I've seen it too many times. Y'all watch Chris Shula going to the Steelers. Y'all watch Chris Shula going to the Steelers, bro. That I think that's happening. It seems like a pairing that might be good. Seems like a pairing that might happen. Now, Baltimore and the Bills are in a precarious situation. I still think Baltimore's probably either going to hire Jesse Minter, and I think they should look at Sean McDermott too. So yeah, I think they should look at Sean McDermott. I honestly think that'd be it. But yeah, I personally think that those would be the moves right now. But let's see what's going on. 46 minutes ago, John Lynch confirmed that the 49ers have looked into the electrical substation. I'm fucking weak. They didn't let that shit get into their heads, bro. They didn't let it get into their heads. Now everybody thinks that electrical station got something to do with it. Yeah, goddamn. That's crazy. But look, let's talk about some league news real quick as we're here before we get on about it here. Look, the Chargers defensive coordinator, Jesse Minter, okay, is scheduled today to interview in person with the Ravens. Okay, now personally, this is somewhere that I had him going at the start of this process. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think this is somewhere if he don't go to us, I think he'll go to the Ravens. Makes sense. He was there already. The players probably know him already under John Harbaugh. So I think this could work. I think this could work. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's got that shit written all over it. They love guys that have the culture already there. It's got them there. Yep. Again, we talked about this though, Dominique. Remember we talked about it because we know Mike McDaniel went to the Chargers, and we'll talk about that. But we know he went to the Chargers, but we also talked about this. You can get him, but you're gonna lose Minter. You're gonna lose Minter, and we remember what that Chargers defense was before they got Minter. Right back to it. Raider Rundown, man. Much respect to you, my brother, man. Much respect to you as well, man, brother, man. Appreciate you, Marcus Banks, for tapping in, man. Rosetown, Steelers, Flores, Ravens, Minter, Buffalo, Joe Brady or Dayball. I agree with Joe Brady or Dayball for Buffalo. I'm telling you, bro. Telling you, watch Shula for the Steelers. Watch Shula. But if they did get Flores, that makes a lot of sense. I did hear that he was endorsed as well, so that could make some sense. Let me see, man. QB room of Mendoza and Jameis would be comedy, but could be. Oh, I would love it. I actually would not mind Jameis for 1 year, especially. I wouldn't mind it at all, bro. I wouldn't mind it at all. That actually would be fun. Fuck it. Man, I would. Oh, you want Shula? That's all. I wouldn't be mad at Shula either. Shit, he did do some things with that defense, bro. And that defense don't have like a shit ton of talent on it. So I will give you that. If not the Raiders, Ravens is an ideal fit. 100%. They're ready to win now. They ain't got to do too much. They're ready to win now. You can do too much. Federo, stick with offensive minded. Mendoza said he had 3 different OCs at Cal. Yes. Yeah, bro. I think I want offensive, bro. I want offensive. Johnny, man, why don't any of the good coaches want to come and coach the Raiders? The list is getting shorter. I think you already said that. But again, we have a good list, man. We could pick whoever if we want. We'll see if Mentor leaves their facility as far as the Ravens with a deal, because he left ours second interview and no word. So that's probably not who we want. Yes, let Winston start year 1 while Mendoza is learning. See, look, I wouldn't mind that shit at all. And if I could trust any prospect to sit and learn for a year, it would be Fernando. It would be Fernando. Show Deuce, man. What's going on, big dog? Jim Harbaugh is going to hire his DB coach to be the new DC, who's been learning from mentors since 2022 in Michigan and LA. We'll see how that go. You know what I mean? You could try to recreate a recipe all you want. Sometimes they still burn the dish. We'll see how that thing go. Bobby Brown, we waiting for Clint Kubiak. Yes, we are. I just feel like that's the move, bro. That is the move. Raiders not got their guy yet because our guy is in the possibility of winning the Super Bowl. 100%. If the Seahawks would have got fired, or if the Seahawks would have got bounced out the playoffs, then I think we're sitting here talking, which I'm not going to lie, bro. There's a possibility this week. We might, there's a possibility. The Rams are a good team. That's going to be a good little matchup this weekend. We'll see who comes out on top. But if the Seahawks lose, expect things to start moving quickly. Or even if the Rams lose, expect things to move quickly, because we still want to look at Shula. We still want to look at LaFleur that's on the Rams staff, right? So, everything is moving at the pace it should be moving at. What rush the fuck do we have? And we're at the position, bro. We know who our number 1 pick is. We know who it is, bro. We know exactly who our number 1 pick is. Why do we got to rush? We just got to fit the puzzle. We just got to fit the piece to the puzzle. That's it. Just fit the piece to the puzzle, bro. All right, we like Mendoza. What coach wants to come here and wants to coach him? And at the same time, offensive scheme can he fit in best? Easy money. Easy money. My boy, man, what's going on? Is this what's going on? Is this Rebel? Why would Kubiak choose the Raiders over the Bills, Josh Allen, or the Ravens, Lamar Jackson? Because he doesn't work with those type of quarterbacks. He just doesn't work with those type of quarterbacks. Think about his career, right? His career has been with Sam Darnold, Derek Carr. Who else? Who was he with before that? Said the Vikings. The fucking Vikings. What mobile quarterback did the Vikings have in the last whatever years Kevin O'Connell has been there? None, except for J.J. McCarthy. I think he was fucking working with Kirk Cousins then, if that's the case. He's working with Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, right? So, right? Then you go back working with Kyle Shanahan. Besides Kaepernick, you tell me the mobile quarterback that the 49ers have ever had. Zero, right? So at that point, bro, like you choose, right? You choose what you work with and what works best in your system. He don't like them fucking running quarterbacks, bro. Most guys in that Shanahan West Coast shit don't like them type of running quarterbacks anyway. It's just real deal. If you look at all the West Coast Shanahan type systems, McVay type systems in the league right now, none of them have like running style quarterbacks. None of them. They all like that pocket passer. You know what I mean? And that's what he likes. And that's the Fernando mold. Again, if you can pick your own quarterback and you literally are looking first overall and you say this motherfucker fits my scheme perfect. You fit my scheme perfect. Then why not? I mean, it's just you're gonna pick your guy, not somebody else's. Just like how we like don't want retreads, they probably looking. I don't want nobody else retread quarterback either. I'm good. Let's look. I'll be pissed if we get Webb. Who the hell is his staff gonna be? Exactly. That's my thing. Like Young, I get you, but like okay, maybe you get Cliff Kingsbury, but I'm not a fan of Cliff like that. Like he has everywhere he goes, bro. He has maybe a good 1 or 2 years, and then he fucking flames out like every location. I don't know what it is. So we got to follow that pattern, and I'm not really with Cliff Kingsbury. Rams versus I can feel that, John. That Rams versus Patriots is coming. But hey, if that's to get Kubiak, I'm with it. But I want them to win because he will run it back like Ben Johnson did. Yeah. No, I don't think he would, bro. I don't think he would. I don't think at this point he's too deep in the process, and I think the writing is kind of on the wall. The writing is kind of on the wall. Especially what if they're in the game and Sam Darnold the reason they lose the game? He definitely gonna be like, fuck that. Because remember, before Ben Johnson, there was inklings like, oh man, maybe Ben will want to run it back. But shit, they went out there and Jared Goff threw 4 interceptions. So then it was definitely like, fuck that. I'm not coming back here for to choose my own guy. Then he went and chose Caleb Williams. Right? So yeah, I'm not saying Sam will throw 4 interceptions, but knowing Sam Darnold, something who knows, right? So at this point, I think he's just gonna want to get his own guy. Too much pressure to win now. If you take Ravens, Bills, and Steelers job, no pressure to win now if you're the Raiders. 100% flying under the radar right here. Truly believe we go defensive if we're gonna grab Mendoza. Indiana was a defensive team that allowed Mendoza to manage the game and win. But that's the thing. Kubiak will do the same. And if you keep PG, hey, again, Paul Gunther days, bro, it can be worse. If you keep PG defense allows us to win games with a competent quarterback. That's where I'm at. It allows us to win games with a competent quarterback. As far as what? A head coach or like a schemer? Yeah. Plus, who the hell wants to live in Buffalo? Not to mention taxes. Most new coaches want their own QB. That's what I'm saying, bro. They want their own guy. Clint Kubiak worked with Geno Smith. It was in Seattle. See, it work with anybody, bro. I think he likes all that. I don't know, but this is the thing, Rebel, and we're talking about Rebel. I don't know if Brady's looking over people's shoulder. I don't think that's the thing. I think more along the lines is like, all right, bro, we're gonna trust you to do this job. This is what it is. We're gonna trust you to do this job. None of the big name coaches interviewed with the Raiders for a reason. I feel like that reason is Tom Brady. They want control. Brady's not gonna give it up, and I agree with that. Like with Harbaugh, like when he got to talking about he wants 20 mil in roster control, again, what players is John Harbaugh? What players is John Harbaugh responsible for picking? Who's he picked? Right? Unless John Harbaugh brought Eric DeCosta, fuck no. We're not doing that. Right? You look at Sean McDermott. Whatever the fuck over there going on in Buffalo. But all I know is this. It's only been 2 or 3 Pro Bowlers that have been drafted to Buffalo since Sean McDermott's tenure. Is that coaching or is that the coach failing to develop the talent? Whatever it is, keep it the fuck away from here because I don't need that question mark around me. I'd rather if I'm going to have some question marks, which every head coaching candidate does, I'd rather get a new guy, which the only question is, could he really do it? Can he really do it? And let's just find out. Like, it is what it is, bro. I'm tired of taking somebody else's trash and hoping that shit is treasured. Like, them big name. We just did a big name coach in Pete Carroll. He was big name, right? I mean, before that, you had AP. Nobody wanted AP. Fine, okay? Before that, big name coach. Josh McDaniels. Big name coach. John Gruden. It's like, bro, no. I think we're good, bro. I think we need to go this route that we're going. I don't know if Kubiak is the leader to allow the defense to win. I believe in Ezra to do that. We go Webb on OC with Mendoza. See, we're not gonna know. We're just not. We're just gonna have to take the fucking leap and hope that what we're not seeing in interviews, right? Because we're only seeing clips and YouTube clips and shit like that of like, oh, he's talking to the media and shit. But like, we don't know what he's saying and how he acts in team meetings or with Brady, and we're not gonna know that until he gets here, right? So I'm comfortable enough taking the leap. I understand you might not be comfortable enough taking the leap. That's fine, right? But both of us are gonna have to figure it out if he gets here, if he is a leader or not, and that will be pretty evident and clear, very early, very early. Let me see, man. We need to bring in Mike Vick as head coach. Yeah, maybe. The Rebel says Kubiak only had one Zoom call. That's all he's allowed. Hey, one is all it is, or one is all they need. One is all they need. Let me see. AZ says talk to every day is different than him looking over their shoulder. And with Pete and Chip, can you blame him? No. 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 I think that's also on the GM. DJ says, okay, got you. I only say that off what the Panthers doing. They keep getting close enough to let Bryce manage it, But I mean, if we're just going off this year, I mean, look what the Seahawks are doing. The Seahawks are winning games with quarterbacks throwing for 175 yards. I personally think Mendoza can be better. At least say this: Mendoza can take care of the football better than Sam Darnold can in that offense. I think, right? So why wouldn't we win more games with a quarterback that don't turn the ball over? And if we're rushing for that type of rushing yardage, right? Like, that's just me. That's me, right? That's just me. But I do get what you're saying. I do like his defense. He has been rumored. I think this is not the first time we've interviewed him either. Albert Sports FS confirmed Clint Kubiak had 3 total Zoom calls with Raiders. They're not going to do another one. Yeah, the next one is going to be in person. And the next one is hiring his ass. That's what it is. Draft and develop goes hand to hand with the GM and head coach being on the same page. 100%. You guys think the Kubiak or mentor coming here is the reason why the Bills and Ravens jobs are still open? You guys are even awake. They're taking Allen and Lamar over slow dozer, connect the dots. Okay, again, G Ward. If we get Kubiak, I better see you up in here. And if you come in here talking that spicy shit, if we do get Kubiak, and you come in here talking this shit like that, you on timeout. I gotta put you on timeout, bro. Because now you just hating the hate. Now you just on doom and gloom to be on doom and gloom, and we're not on that shit this year, bro. We're not on it. But if we don't get Kubiak, then you 100% come up in here and talk your shit. Then do what you gotta do. Come up in here and talk your shit. Young DB, it's Kubiak or bust at this point. Yep. Come in here and talk your shit, G Ward. If we don't get him, you come in here and you tell us that the Raiders fucking suck, because then they do fucking suck. So then it is what it is. That's exactly my point. Their head coach lets his defense win, and the offense manages the game. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, we're not gonna know anything. I know we're all I know is this, man. all I know is this, bro. The fan base is all over the place from what it feels like to me. It feels like we're all over the place. I don't think any of us, it feels like some of us like the head coaching search. It feels like some of us are mad at the head coaching search, which is crazy to me. I don't see how I don't personally see how you can be mad at the head coaching search. I mean, shit, like all the top candidates are still on the board, and we've interviewed them all, and they haven't said no to us. So it's like, unless you think like, oh, Harbaugh and McDermott and all them are like the belle of the ball, if that's what you think, then I can understand why you're hating the coaching search. But realistically, bro, like if we're connecting dots, we're not going to do that, right? We're not going to do that. So real quick, we're about to get on out of here. But y'all know what it is, man. Before we go on out of here, man, we're going to hit it with the last segment, man, which is hit it with the rundown, man. And that we're going to put a nice silver and black bow on tonight or today's show. And basically, I don't know how some people are mad at the coaching search. I don't. That's just me. Now, if you are, I get it, because again, if you think like Harbaugh and McDermott, like, oh fuck, Mike Tomlin's not available. Like, if you're thinking they're the belle of the ball, like, okay, I get the anger and frustration, right? But still, like, all the younger coaches that everybody covets, we still have interviewed, and they're still interested in talking to us, right? Evero, Shula, LaFleur, Jesse Minter, Kubiak. The list goes on, right? Like, the list goes on. Mike McDaniel, yes, chose the OC job at the Chargers, but I believe if he was really in the running for a head coaching job, for real, like coming here, I don't think he would have just taken that job. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't think he's in the running. I don't think he's in the running. So I get you. If you're thinking those veteran coaches are the belle of the ball, sure. But if we talk about connecting dots, we just did that. We've done that multiple times. How many retread coaches have we hired in the last 5 years? Just the last 5 years, how many coaches did we hire that have already previously coached elsewhere? I could tell you over the last I could tell you 3 out of the last 4 head coaches for sure. Who was before John Gruden? Wasn't that fucking that was Del Rio, was it not? Del Rio was before Gruden. And didn't Del Rio coach elsewhere before he got with us in Derek Carr? Yes. Yes. So again, of the 5 years, bro, of the 5 years, 4 of them have been retread coaches already. John Gruden was a retread coach. Jack Del Rio was a retread coach. Pete Carroll, Josh McDaniels. Like, fuck, like, bro, goddamn. The only time we switched the mold up was when we hired AP, but then we fucking fired the rookie head coach a year in, right? So it's like, we want to go right. As soon as we get a rookie head coach, bro, like, we just don't learn, right? We're going to go right back to it. Bro, I swear to God, as soon as John Harbaugh got fired and all the extra shit, you know, everybody's saying, man, bro, but he can bring stability. He can bring culture. He can bring leadership. Didn't we say that shit about Pete Carroll? Didn't we say that when John Gruden came? You know, I don't know. People were saying that about Josh McDaniels. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna go that far, right? But I know people were saying that about Del Rio. I know Raider fans, right? You saying that? So it's like, we can't keep doing the same. We got to try something. Try something else, bro. Try something. It always feels like our team is doing shit the old way before everybody else, right? Everybody else gets the brand new shiny technology and shit, and we're always doing shit the old way. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it just makes no sense. It feels like everybody else in school, they writing their essays on the computer, and we got a fucking typewriter. This is what it feels like sometimes, the way that we run this shit, the way that we feel, because we want shit to be how it was in the olden days when we've had success. But realistically, bro, when we've had success, it's about taking fucking chances and just rolling with that, right? Some of y'all love John Madden, right? Was John Madden not a fucking linebacker coach? Roll the dice, bro. Fuck it. Roll the dice. It is what it is. We always talking about olden days, right? Oh, we want shit to be like that when we had success. Oh, man, we had success with Rich Gannon. He was a retread quarterback. We just can't get out we can't get out our way. We need it, right? We need it in our veins. We need to sign somebody off the street and scrap heap. And then, again, people always like, oh, fuck, traded for a haul. How do you know that the Raiders will be able to even trade this shit for a haul? The Jets are pick number 2. Realistically, bro, can somebody tell me what's the value? How much would the Jets even have to give up to move from 2 to 1? 2 to 1. Now, yeah, it is the only quarterback. He is the only quarterback there. But as I've been detailing the Cheeto, bro, if I'm the Jets and I get any inkling that you don't like Mendoza, if I get any sniff that the Raiders don't like Mendoza, then I'm going to roll the dice my damn self. Go ahead, bro. We're going to play chicken. That's just what it's going to be, bro, if I'm the Jets organization, because we're not supposed to pick him anyway. We're realistically not supposed to get Mendoza anyway. So if I get any sniff that y'all don't like him, I'm just going to sit at number 2, bro, and we're going to play chicken. You either going to pick a player that you really don't want to pick, or you just going to let him slide. And it is what it is. And I'm going to take the player that I really want. It really makes no sense for the Jets to sit here and try to trade us fucking 3 first-round picks at all. Makes zero sense for them to do that, bro. None. And now, like, the only other team that you can look at that actually makes some sense for them to do that is Cleveland, because Cleveland has the picks to do that. Or unless, like, the Rams were like, yeah, bro, like, here. You know what I mean? Like, and the Rams surprised you. But, like, see how far you would fall. It just nothing. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Don't understand. You know what I mean? Now, if we get, because guess what? Now you sitting here talking about we gonna get a haul and we gonna get all this. Can somebody like simulate what it would be to move up to 2-1? Heather, let me see something, bro. Let me see something. When was the last NFL trade that a team moved up just one spot? And how much did they give up? NFL, hold on. History trades. Number 2 to number 1. Let's see. How much? I just want to see. Here's every trade. Okay, here's every trade. Somebody just gave it in detail to me right now. The Panthers. See, the Panthers were at 6, right? No? The Panthers, where were the Panthers? Panthers received Bryce Young, the number 1 overall pick, right? Okay. Carolina traded up, and they gave him DJ Moore, right? Darnell Wright, which they picked. They gave him DJ Moore. They had to go back to the number 9 overall pick. Yep. This is not hold on. Nah, bro. 2016 Titans received. They didn't receive shit for this, bro. It's like we're trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out. This don't look. I don't like the way this looks. I don't like the way this looks. There we go. Here we go. This is good. All right, Jeff. Okay, Jeff Fisher winds down with Rams Titan swap. Didn't think about that. So Jeff Fisher traded his pick to go up to number 1. The Rams called up his old team about the number 1 pick. When they moved to LA, Rams snagged Jared Goff in the year to do so, right? And I want to know if that helped the Titans at all. It cost the Rams 1 first rounder, 2 seconds, and 3/3 to climb from number 15 to number 1. This haul would have been steeper had Goff's prospect profile had been higher. Okay, so look, from 15 to 1, you would expect a way higher, steeper price, right? For that, ain't no fucking way. Because he's going to Pittsburgh. Because he's going to Pittsburgh. But you would expect a way higher price for some shit like that, right? So moving to 15 and going there, but realistically, when you look at the draft order, ain't no squad there that's like, oh, pick 15. Oh, we're gonna take Mendoza and we're gonna move up for him. Nobody realistically is gonna do that this year. Nobody's gonna do it, right? Okay, cool. Now we move. Chargers give up Michael Vick, pick, and land 2 legends. I guess. Look, Chargers negotiating with pick CBA. I guess they okay. Is that when they pick Ryan Leaf to prevent all redux? But Vince Camp was not in such a compromise. Conservative franchise dealt. Okay, so they dealt the number 1 pick to the Falcons for the haul to move back to the number 5 overall pick, a 3rd rounder, a second, and a second. That's not a lot. It's not a lot. Not a lot at all. And realistically, a lot of these teams that trade back off of the quarterback they don't end up winning this fucking deal the way it looks like. I'm still trying to find the history of where a number 2 overall team traded up with the number 1 overall team and they got 3 first rounders to do so. I'm still trying to fucking figure that out, bro. Where are we magically going to acquire this haul that people are saying? Again, this is not to say, oh, Mendoza is the greatest shit since sliced bread. It's not to say that. But we have to be realistic about where we're at and what we're talking about. Where? Why would the Jets trade you 2 first-rounders to move up 1 spot if they think you're not going to take him? They're not supposed to take him anyway. Fuck it. It is what it is, bro. Like I'm just going to sit here. Fuck, I already got Ruben Bain or whatever slotted on my draft card. But if y'all decide to say, hey, the quarterback ain't for me, well, shit, I'll just scratch that off and then just put Fernando Mendoza in there. Easy money. We got 2 first-rounders anyway. Why the fuck do you think they're not cool? The Jets would be cool with taking a Arvell Reese and taking a Ty Simpson later if that was the case. Unless they really, 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 really think that man is that good. I just don't see them. I don't see them doing that for 1 spot, especially if they think as a team that you're not going to pick Fernando Mendoza. I just don't see them doing that. Don't make no sense to me, bro. Raider Nation is getting this type of information from Death Star Report. Dude feeding this stuff in their heads. Look, I'm going to be real. I ain't heard that name in a minute. I'm going to be real, bro. Again, this is not me saying that this shit is the greatest shit since sliced bread. But I just think that as soon as we get in this position as a fan base, especially we ain't been in this shit in a minute, I think we getting squirrely, bro. We getting this goddamn position to get a quarterback, and we get the number 1 overall pick and all this extra shit. So much pressure, man, and we getting fucking squirrely. Now, again, before we get out of here, number 1 overall. Should we go past 10 years, y'all? In the NFL, in the past 10 years. I'm picking the quarterback, right? I'm looking at the quarterbacks that are drafted number 1 overall, right? Number 1 overall, and in the past 10 years. Because there's a lot of people that say, he don't look like no number 1 overall pick. He does not look like a number 1 overall pick, right? And some of you in here maybe stand by that. If you stand by that, let me know. Let us know. Right? Get down in the comments, man. Stand on your business. Let us know where you at. But we'll look at it. Right? We'll look at it. Because look, some of these motherfucking pictures are in black and white. So we'll just stay in the 2000s. Okay? We'll stay in the 2000s and we'll go there. Okay? Now, Jesus Christ. Okay, the first one. I don't even think this is a hard sell for y'all, to be honest. I don't even think it's a hard sell. But Jamarcus Russell is the number 1 overall pick, right? He's the number 1 overall pick. Now, I know he had tremendous arm talent. I know that was a thing with Marcus. But at the same time, with Jamarcus as well, did he have the character concerns coming into the draft? Now, I was younger at the time. I was younger at the time, so I don't really know. So y'all let me know in the comments, right? Jamarcus did Jamarcus have the character concerns pre-draft, right? Or did that shit just show up when he got drafted to the Raiders? I don't know this for a fact. So, yeah, boy, I know you not talking. I know a motherfucker that can't draft Fernando Mendoza not talking to me. I know that for a fact. I know that. Hey, boy, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm not freezing while I'm talking to you real quick. We good? Yeah, I know a motherfucker that ain't got no quarterback ain't talking to me. Don't start over here, man. Don't worry about it. All right, y'all just worry about making sure that Tyrod Taylor is mighty comfortable in that offense y'all got over there. All right. That's all you need to do, Jets gang. That's it. Make sure Tyrod Taylor's mighty comfortable throwing to Garrett Wilson and all that weaponry y'all say y'all got. But, right, let's look over here. Okay. We're staying in the 2000s. We're staying in the 2000s and all the quarterbacks that were selected first overall. All right. And you tell me, he don't look like a first rounder. Okay, let's go. Michael Vick. Okay. We're starting off very strong. Fuck no, he's not Michael Vick, right? Of course, we all know that. Okay, cool. David Carr. All right. Carson Palmer. Oh, he don't look like no number 1 overall pick, man. Oh, what a list. Eli Manning. Alex Smith. Let's keep going. Jamarcus Russell, right? Okay, again, did he? I don't know if he had character concerns. If he didn't have character concerns as far as Jamarcus Russell, then yeah, it's probably not a conversation because he did have the arm, the talent, right? He had the talent. But I don't know about that. If he had the character concerns, then it's probably moving on, right? Sam Bradford. Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's better than Fernando Mendoza. We're not gonna, let's not even do that. Matthew Stafford's better than Fernando Mendoza. Cam Newton, better than Fernando Mendoza. You'll take yes, I'm taking him over Fernando. Andrew Luck, taking him over Fernando. Andrew Luck was the last generational quarterback I've seen. That's the last one, in my opinion. But yeah, Andrew Luck for sure. Right now, next, Jameis Winston. The book is out. I don't know about that. Jameis always had decision-making and turnover problems, though. Right? Now, I will say that their game is similar, but Jameis always had turnover problems, even going back to Florida State. So, in that regard, probably going Mendoza, right? Jared Goff. Taking Mendoza over Jared Goff. I'm doing that. Baker Mayfield. Would you take Fernando Mendoza over Baker? These are this is what I'm saying, bro. Everybody is like, oh, he don't look like a number 1 overall pick. Bro, we're in the 2010s. What the fuck are you talking about with Jared Goff and Jameis Winston? And he doesn't look like this, the argument. I hate it. Again, because we going off fucking vibes. We're going off vibes, bro. Like, I'm not off the vibe shit, dog. Like, again, you're telling me he don't look like a number 1 overall pick when the list consists of Jameis Winston and Jared Goff. Baker Mayfield is that what? Somebody in here right now, please tell me. You think Baker Mayfield that is that much better of a prospect than Fernando Mendoza? You think he's far away? It's not even close, right? That's what you're gonna tell me? Or like for real. I want somebody, bro. I'm not talking about no draft class. I'm bringing up these actual first round picks. Again, we're not going off all this extra, bro. We're gonna debunk all the bullshit. G Warbus, we not on the bullshit on this on the rundown show, right? You can go somewhere else and feel good and do all that. Fuck that. Number 1 overall picks. You said a lot of people, you yourself included, say he is not worthy of a number 1 overall pick. He don't look like it. So he don't look like Jared Goff to you. Jared Goff is that much better of a prospect, right? He don't look like Jameis Winston to you. Jameis Winston is that much better of a prospect, right? Baker Mayfield, that much better of a prospect. I'm just asking. I'm just again, because some people look at me and be like, oh, well, Rundown's going hard for Mendoza. He loved Mendoza, but I'm just not off the shit. Like, it just makes no sense. Okay, now Kyler Murray, you can argue. Kyler Murray because what Kyler Murray was doing to Oklahoma was crazy. But for a fact, I know there's going to be some people up in this mug talking about Kyler Murray and Fernando's height difference. There's probably going to be some. But what Kyler Murray does with his legs and all the extra and the special shit, you would have to take, being objective, you would have to take Kyler Murray above Fernando Mendoza because of the leg factor. You probably have to take it because of the leg factor. Probably have to do that. So that's being objective. Again, I'm not a homer. I'm not going to sit here and say, again, that Fernando Mendoza is Joe Montana. But we're going to be objective. Joe Burrow. I don't think anybody in here is going to sit here and say that you're taking Fernando Mendoza over 2019 Joe Burrow. Nobody's doing that. I don't. Nobody's doing it. So okay, right? Fine. Trevor Lawrence, right? Trevor Lawrence. Now, that's an interesting conversation. There's an interesting conversation for me. Now, then again, when Trevor Lawrence was coming out, Trevor Lawrence was looked at as a cannot miss prospect. He was out of Clemson. So it's kind of hard for me to be like, yeah, immediately I'm gonna take him over Trevor Lawrence, especially, I think they was looking at Trevor like he was Jesus Christ at Clemson at times. So it's hard. It's hard. So I don't know about that one. That one's a toss up to me. Bryce Young. I'm gonna take him over Bryce Young. I'll be honest with you. I will be honest with y'all. I would take him over Bryce Young. They do the same shit. They do the same shit, and I'm taking 6'5" over 6 feet. Now you could say, well, why didn't you take him over Kyler Murray? Kyler Murray is a way better runner than Bryce Young is. It's not even a fucking comparison. And at the same time, Kyler Murray got a little bit of muscular mass to him, right? Whereas Bryce Young a little more frail. Bryce Young is a little more frail, and although either way, both these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Both these motherfuckers are short, and Kyler done got hurt in his career, so there's that. But as far as Bryce Young, I'm taking Fernando over Bryce Young. Not taking Fernando over Caleb Williams, right? You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. But Cam Ward, probably not. Probably not. But there's at least a number of guys here where I'm like, I don't know. We're talking about looking like a number one overall pick, right? Like I don't know what we're talking about. These guys are all still in the league, and these guys were number one overall picks. So Jameis, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, right? I'm Bryce Young. That's 4 dudes in the last 10 years that I'm taking him over. That is simple. Simple. Now, the other ones, Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, it's a toss-up, bro. But Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow, and Caleb Williams, I'd say Cam Ward, right? You put it on there, right? That's for me. That would be at least 4 right there, maybe 5. You take above. He's square in the middle. How's that bad? I don't know how that's bad, bro. I don't know how that's bad. I can't see it, bro. I can't see it to where, like, I don't know where some people get to talking like this would be the worst shit the Raiders could ever do. Like he's actually Ryan Leaf. You know what I'm saying? Like he's Ryan Leaf. Oh man. But hey, I don't know. Run down. You didn't see like 3 or 4 times in the game where Mendoza hands the ball off on 3rd and 10, 15, didn't pay attention. The game was still close. Pass the ball on 3rd and 10. Yikes. So, like, am I supposed to be mad that his coaches called that? I literally seen Sam Darnold win the game against the 49ers with 175 yards passing. 175 yards passing. That's what he did. And they ran to victory. Most coaches would tell you, I'd rather run the fucking ball. Now, hey, they're probably not doing it in the NFL. You probably change that shit up. Yes, most of the things he was doing in Indiana, he probably won't do with the Raiders. Simple. Most rookies go through that transition. But at the same time, bro, it's like, I don't know. It's like we nitpick shit. I don't know why we're nitpicking this like this. I don't understand. You think Mendoza's way better than Cam? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I see, of course, again, this being objective, right? This is how you can tell. I'm not sitting here and doing all this extra shit, but I am being objective. Now, look, I don't know because Cam has special arm talent that Mendoza don't got. He has special arm talent, but the difference to me is that Cam does make a throw or two a game where it leaves you scratching your dome and you like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, so Mendoza don't give that to me like that. He don't do that. So I don't know. He's a bigger Tua or Bryce Young. Only difference from him is his height. Man. It's crazy. That's wild. Only difference is the height, huh? He's way better than Tua. That's the next thing. He's way better than Tua. A QB in today's league shouldn't have to pass 300 yards and throw 30 plus times to win a game, man. If you are a good team, Hank. Talk that shit, man. You know what, bro? And I know I said I was gonna end this shit like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, I said I was gonna end this shit like 20, but we having such good conversation. My shit is this, bro. When you get those special talents, right? And this is not saying you don't like. This is not saying that Mendoza can't be a special talent, but I'm just saying, like, when you get a guy like Caleb Williams, right? You get a guy like Joe Burrow sometimes, like Andrew Luck, right? Sometimes that makes organizations lazy, right? That makes organizations lazy. What do I mean by that? Sometimes you look at the quarterback in the organization, the GM can look at him and think that motherfucker got the S on his chest and he can do whatever without help, right? Wrong. I hate flawed thinking that always says because this quarterback can do this and this one can't, we're going to build a team differently. What? So you mean to tell me if we were picking Cam Ward, would some of y'all be sitting here talking about offensive line and weaponry and shit like that? Or would you just be confident that Cam Ward could come in here and do shit? That's the flawed way. Flawed. Because guess what? Cam came up in that motherfucker and had nobody to catch the ball but Amazon workers and fucking Chipotle burrito wrappers. But here we are, right? But here the fuck we are. It's like, bro, I don't like that flawed way. So you mean to tell me if we were to pick Caleb Williams, none of y'all right now would be banging the table as hard to be getting a receiver or getting more O-line? No, because he can run around, right? That's why. Is that what you're telling me? Flawed. They all need help. I don't give a fuck how much he runs. I don't give a fuck what arm angle he's spinning the shit from. Don't matter. They all need help. Greatest quarterback of our era in Kansas City didn't make the playoffs because he didn't have a real O-line or real pass catchers. Just is what it is, bro. They all gonna need the same amount of help. I just don't understand why we gotta think that the building must be the same. This shit forces you. When you know that your quarterback ain't this old Cam Newton guy, you know he can win from the pocket and structure, right? That's the best way for him. Then it forces you to say, well, we got to get this team right. Build around him. Get this defense together, right? Get this fucking defense together to support this man. And we know that in crunch time, he's going to be able to get us to the dub. That's just me, bro. That's just me. If Caleb is so great, why he throw those picks and lose to Matt Stafford like that? That was the greatest example that we can have, coach, in this argument. Whenever somebody wants somebody to run around and do all that, you know. See, dude, when you had this many fans feeling like this means something, all fans were on board with Cam and Ward or Caleb Daniels is a huge feeling. You got to see, bro, you're in the minority. Okay, look, hey, bro, before we get out of here, because G Ward seems to think there's many people. If you're a Raider fan right now, right? It's a yes or no answer. You ain't got to type nothing but yes or no. Do you want Fernando Mendoza right now? I'm going to let the nation sound off. Let me know. We're going to see the majority. Yes or no? Just type yes or no. Do you want Fernando Mendoza in a Raiders uniform come April? Yes or no? And we're going to see. Yes. I think minority is people saying no. The minority, yes. This shit probably like, bro, if I had the analytics, the numbers in front of me, this shit is fucking 99%. this shit is 99%. Like, it's like, fuck. Yes. One no, two no's, because Troy said no. Right. And that, again, if you're saying no, it's not saying you're wrong for saying no, but we're just making a point right now. We're just saying, like, what is the minority? What is the majority of the fan base? Majority of the fan base wants that man up in there. There's just majority of the fan base want that man up in there. And that's cool. If you don't, like, hey, it is what it is, but yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's like that. You know what I mean? I think we're sold enough. And again, That's why I love y'all up in here. I don't think anybody up in here that said yes, I don't think none of us are expecting this man Mendoza to take us to the Super Bowl this next year. None of us. Even if we say, like, I don't think anybody that said yes is saying, yeah, Super Bowl. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. We just want to take the most important position and know we got one. We got one to build around, right? Which makes the rest of the shit easier to stomach, right? Rest of the shit easy. Okay, we know we got a quarterback. Man, just get some extra pieces up in here. Let's get some extra things up in here, and let's get to fucking work. You know what I mean? Let's get to work. So that's where I'm at, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all. We said we was gonna end like 20 goddamn minutes ago, but we was having a good conversation. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're gonna be doing more of these just random lives. You feel what I'm saying? Hopefully soon we get to see what's up with the head coach. Of course, y'all know what's up. I'm gonna be live after we hire a head coach. So make sure you guys keep your notification bells on, right? Just so you know whenever I'm live, man. Whenever we make a hire, I might have some quick takes to share on the shorts real quick and might do it that way. But damn, yeah, it's the afternoon, man. It's time for me to give me something to eat, man. Your boy hungry. So I'm ready to go get me some. Make sure you guys tap in with the like button. Hey, if you need to rewind, man. But I appreciate everybody. Much love. We on our chase to 4,000 now. We on our chase to 4,000. Where's the flag? If you in here and I didn't see you, tap in with me on X. I hit you up about the jersey. Tap in. But we on the road to 4,000. I'm trying to figure out what the giveaway going to be for 4,000. I'm going to figure it out. It's going to be something straight, though. It's going to be something crazy. It's going to be something crazy. We're going to do something crazy. But till then, man, make sure you guys tap in on all them buttons. You know what I always say every time we get ready to get up out this mug. We keep it authentic from the clouds to the ground on the Raider Rundown. I'm tapping y'all next time, man.